Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And do subscribe our YouTube and Telegram channels. Now let's start our discussion.
The play is set in St. Louis in 1937. So let's have a look into the story of the play. The Glass Menagerie is a memory play, and its action is drawn from the memories of the narrator. His name is Tom Wingfield. Tom is a character in the play. He is an aspiring poet who toils in a shoe warehouse to support his mother. The Glass Menagerie is a 1944 play by the famous American playwright Tennessee Williams. It tells the story of the Wingfield family, comprised of faded Southern belle Amanda, and her two children, Tom and Laura. Tom is a restless dreamer frustratingly tethered to home, while Laura is a shy, crippled girl, who spends her time admiring her collection of glass animals. The play's action is motivated by Amanda's urging of Tom to bring home a gentleman caller for Laura, despite Laura's timidity and Tom's desire to get out from under his mother's domineering hand. The play is narrated by Tom, who is remembering the events as a memory. It opens with Amanda Wingfield, a former Southern socialite, obsessing over the idea that her daughter, Laura, should be prepared at all times for a gentleman caller. While Amanda's husband abandoned their family, she hopes for bright and successful futures for her two children. She is afraid that Tom will get stuck in his warehouse job, and Laura will become an old maid. Tom and Laura's father ran off years ago from them, and got only one postcard from him, then nothing heard about him. Amanda, originally from a genteel Southern family, always tells her children the tales of her idyllic youth, and the scores of suitors who once pursued her. She is disappointed that Laura, who wears a brace on her leg and is painfully shy, does not attract any gentleman callers. She enrolls Laura in a business college, hoping that she will make her own and the family's fortune through a business career. Weeks later, Amanda discovers that Laura's crippling shyness has led her to drop out of the class secretly, and spend her days wandering the city alone. Amanda then decides that Laura's last hope must lie in marriage, and begins selling magazine subscriptions to earn the extra money. She believes it will help to attract suitors for Laura. Meanwhile, Tom, who loathes his warehouse job, finds escape in liquor, movies, and literature. During one of the frequent arguments between mother and son, Tom accidentally breaks several of the glass animal figurines that are Laura's most prized possessions. Amanda and Tom discuss Laura's prospects, and Amanda asks Tom to keep an eye out for potential suitors at the warehouse. Tom selects Jim O'Connor, a casual friend, and invites him to dinner. Amanda quizzes Tom about Jim and is delighted to learn that he is a driven young man with his mind set on career advancement. She prepares an elaborate dinner and insists that Laura wear a new dress.
At the last minute, Laura learns the name of her caller. As it turns out, she had a devastating crush on Jim in high school. When Jim arrives, Laura answers the door on Amanda's orders, and then quickly disappears, leaving Tom and Jim alone. Tom confides to Jim that he has used the money of electric bill to join the merchant marine, and plans to leave his job and family in search of adventure. Laura refuses to eat dinner with the others, feigning illness. Amanda, wearing an ostentatious dress from her glamorous youth, talks vivaciously with Jim throughout the meal. They continue talking, and Laura reminds him of the nickname he had given her in school, that was, Blue Roses, an accidental corruption of pleuroses, an illness Laura had in high school. He reproaches her for her shyness and low self-esteem, but praises her uniqueness. Laura then ventures to show him her favorite glass animal, that was a unicorn. While dancing, accidentally breaking off its horn. Laura is forgiving, noting that now the unicorn is a normal horse. Jim then kisses her, but he quickly draws back and apologizes, explaining that he was carried away by the moment, and that he actually has a serious girlfriend. As he is leaving, Laura offers him the broken unicorn as a souvenir. Amanda sees him off warmly, but after he is gone, turns on Tom, who had not known that Jim was engaged. Amanda accuses Tom of being an inattentive, selfish dreamer, and then throws herself into comforting Laura. The play concludes with Tom saying that he left home soon afterward and never returned. He then bids farewell to his mother and sister and asks Laura to blow out the candles. From the fire escape outside of their apartment, Tom watches the two women and explains that, not long after Jim's visit, he gets fired from his job and leaves Amanda and Laura behind. Years later, though he travels far, he finds that he is unable to leave behind guilty memories of Laura. Tom is the narrator here who tells the story after years. Amanda accuses Tom of being an inattentive, selfish dreamer, and then throws herself into comforting Laura.
And don't forget to click the bell icon to get the notification of our coming videos. Thank you for watching.